What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. I just got some stuff in, so I figured I'd kind of do like an unboxing style video. I got some, I think these are the PDUs just because the size of the box, and then hopefully I got another Riserless motherboard right here in front of me. So let's just jump right into it. Hope everybody's having a great day, by the way. This stuff is going to be used in the upcoming farm move. So when I move over there, a lot of people were, I had some people asking me, like, am I expanding because I put in extra 30 amp plugs? And the answer is eventually, yes, I will be expanding. And that's why I wanted to go ahead and get my PDUs installed in place and mounted up ahead of time. So that way I could just start slotting in extra cables when the time comes. And that might be something you guys are interested in. Even if you have a small setup, putting in a 240 volt line actually will give you a lot of headroom, because in the beginning you're like, oh, I don't need all that fancy stuff, but before you know it, you run out of power really quick. It's very unfortunate, but this box got wet. Everything should be fine as long as I give it time to dry out, but yeah, it was storming really bad, and the mail dropped it off super late last night. I didn't see it, and yeah, the box is a little soggy. I think the old units, oh yeah, they definitely got wet. They definitely got wet. Okay, so as you can see, these got wet. I got a big fan over there that's blowing air out of my mining rig setup. I'm gonna set these in front of them and let these bad boys air out for as long as they need be. I don't imagine it'd be too long. It looks like there's just moisture on the outside, but I don't want to risk it with any kind of moisture on the inside. So these are the Cyber Power, and these have really super long cable on them. That's actually really nice. I bought these used, but these are, I believe this same model is available on Amazon right now. I think I referenced these in one of my past videos. I'll put the link down below in the description if you guys are looking for them. Hold on, let me unwind it so you can see it. All right, so it has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And these are the C13. You'll need the C13 to C14 adapter cables, because these are not your normal plug-ins. You'll plug in those adapter cables, and basically it'll go from here to your power supplies, whether it's a server power supply or a ATX power supply. All modern ATX power supplies will auto switch between 120 volt up to 240 volt. But if you have some super old ones, and this is like, you know, I've seen them, but I'd say within the last 5 years, nothing has been like that. But on the back of them, they'll have a switch, and they'll actually say like 110 or 220 or 120 240, and you had to manually switch over the voltage. So just be careful. If you have a super old power supply you're using just to like power a motherboard or something, make sure it's switched, or if it doesn't have a switch on it, then it's auto switching. But yeah, just be mindful of that, because if you got her plugged in on 110 or 120 and you give her straight all 240, the beans, she ain't gonna be happy. She's gonna be dead. Now looking at it, it's got like an external ground. You do not need to run that, or like I think it's a neutral. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not very well versed when it comes to electronics. I just know that, sorry, not electronics. I guess electronics is similar, but I'm talking about like electrical. I just know that I try to keep it safe, an 80% rule. So this plug right here is the L630P, and this goes into an L630R. So the P is for plug, the R is for receptacle, and that is a push-in twist lock plug. So when it's in there, it's in there. And if you've ever used one of these, you know they're pretty serious. Some of them actually say, like, have the name molded into the actual plug. It'll say like L630P. This one is rated at 24 amps at 230 volts. So let's do a little, hold on 1 second. So 24 amps at 240 volts is 5,760 watts. But if we take the 80% rule, just so we're keeping this safe, keeping our line safe, that comes out to 4,608 watts. You could safely pull through this, and you're pulling 80% of this. And then also, this is going to be connected to a 30 amp 240 volt line. So if you're pulling 80% of 24 amps, you're going to be pulling a little bit under 80% of 30 amps. A lot of people are like, oh man, well why don't you get a better PDU? Well, I got these for a really good deal. Shout out to Keaton over on the Facebook group. He hooked me up. I don't know if he's got any more of them or not, but yeah, awesome deal. And I mean, even a 24 amp is gonna definitely give me some more headroom. So I didn't just get one of them. I got two of them. So that means all 4 of my 30 amp lines that I have run into that room, I'll have a PDU, and I'm gonna take these awesome brackets and mount all those PDUs to the wall, like right above them. So I'm gonna have PDUs on PDUs, which is great because then I can, you know, make use of all my power and expand out. This is another 12 plug Cyber Power, and the part number on this one is PDU 30 BHVT 12R, and the rating on this one, I don't know if this is the same exact one or not. Let's see. This one's rated 24 amps at 240 volts. So another good 4,600 watts of safe power. So essentially with these two, I'm adding what? That's math. 9,000, a little over 9,200 watts of safe power expansion for these two bad boys, and that can come out to be quite a lot, because right now I think my total farm is somewhere around 8,000 watts sustained, and that includes running 1 or 2 ASICs. So, and those pull quite a bit of power. So that means basically I could double my farm, and just by having these available. So that's always awesome. I guess let's roll on through and open up the next box. All right, okay. So I'm using like a sketchily set up little tripod setup here. Looks like they took 2 flat rate boxes and put them together. This is supposed to be a server or a riserless motherboard. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Struggling. The packaging on this super weird to have them like molded together. Let's see. Oh, pull them apart. There we go. And we have a riserless motherboard. We have some stickers in here. Hold on. Yo, I swear, if they started like stickering these bad boys up. Thank you for your purchase. Please leave feedback when you get a chance. Cool beans. And these fell out of it too. What is this? So, thank you for your order of the BTC S37 motherboard. We are here to provide setup advice and tech support should you have any issues. We aim for 100% satisfaction. If you need power supplies or case fans, see our store under cryptocurrency category for other things. And this was from DM Wholesale MKT on eBay. I actually didn't get this one off Amazon, my bad. And then, yeah, so that's the name right there. Oh, it's gonna show up backwards, because, yeah. Anyway, they provided me with a battery, so that's cool. And also, I think it's illegal to ship it through the mail, but nobody cares. I mean, they ship phones through the mail now. But like, it's like technically you're not supposed to do batteries through the mail. They're breaking the law, breaking the law. Oh, I just outed their name and showed that they shipped a battery. It's fine. Alright, let's this bad boy out and see what we're working with. Wow, I do have to say, even though they jankily like put boxes together, look at the shipping. They had it in bubble wrap, and look, they did layers of cardboard. So this is probably one of the best packaged riserless boards I've got recently. Okay. Alright, so there we go. This is familiar. I know what I'm working with now. Alright, so guys, these have become my new favorite riserless motherboard. Not just because they are cost effective, aka cheap, but I really like the spacing on these. So if you'll look at them, this is the BTC S37, and the spacing on these is actually like, it's almost like 3-slot. Let me see if I have some cards here to compare it. Let's see here. Let me tilt this down a little bit. Alright, so I have so that is a single slot card right there. And there's a dual slot card right there. If you look at that, look at all that room. Actually, here, this will be a better representation. All right, guys. So normally the back of a card is always on the edge of that slot, and in this one, if it was spacing dual slot, there would be no gap here. But see how there's literally another gap to where, like, see? That's a whole nother slot width of space that it's spaced out. So it's spaced like 3-slot, because this is 1 slot, this is 2 slot, 3 slot, and then that's a 4th slot. So every single card is spaced out to 3 slots. So I mean that's in my opinion, that helps a lot with the cooling, that helps a lot with airflow. Some of the other boards where they're literally like right up on each other, like this for example, hold on, you'll notice this has no room basically between these dual slot cards, whereas this does. And for the money, you can't beat it. I want to say I got this board on eBay. They're like high 100s, almost like 200 bucks. All you need is a stick of DDR3 SODIMM RAM. They already have a CPU pre-installed, and you're ready to go off to the races. I run a USB drive on Hive, and that's actually that's the rig right there. And I have a couple more of them, and they seem to run pretty good. They don't need forced airflow through them. They can maintain temperatures because they're spaced out enough. And yeah, so I will be converting, let's see here, I will be converting that rig right there, that hanging rig is going to be moved over to that 8-card board. And just because where I'm moving all my stuff to, if you haven't seen in my last video, I do not have any room for any racks to go on, so I won't have any hanging motherboard setups there anymore, which is unfortunate because I love the hanging design. It's really great for thermals, and it's really great for packing cards in relatively tight, but if it won't work, it won't work, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So yeah, I have riserless motherboard, riserless motherboard, riserless motherboard down there, riserless board right there. We got a bunch of them. I don't think I'm going to be breaking these down because they're on frames. I may go back through and maybe mess with some of the wiring when I don't know. It's just one of those things. I really kind of want to go through everything before I take it all down and then move it over there and like put it back up. And I feel like whenever you take something down and put it back up, it always ends up, you know, working better. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So, well, anyway, just a quick unboxing for tonight. Hopefully, I'll be starting to take stuff over there within the next day or two, because we are under contract officially on my house. So my house is now on a deadline. We have a deadline that we have to be out, and time is a ticking. Oh, and also earlier I showed you that those the PDUs were wet, so I put those in front of this fan. I'm gonna let those dry out for at least a few days before I plug those in, because I don't want any sketchily business happening. And I guess I'll probably have like a sacrificial lamb computer to test it out. Like I have like my test bench right here, power supply, and a little H110 and stuff. Probably use that for a tester, because I am not trying to have something tear up. But from my experience, if stuff gets a little wet and you give it enough time to dry out and you don't power it up, it should be fine. Knock on wood. Should be fine. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna sign off. I hope y'all have a good one, and I hope you enjoy this behind the scenes kind of stuff. There's gonna be more of this, especially coming up whenever I'm actually moving everything and breaking it all down. I'm really trying to wait till like the last bitter end before I start taking anything apart, because I hate any amount of downtime. So I think maybe the best way is maybe do like one rig at a time. But before I do that, I have to make sure the internet is up and going over there, because they were having some issues. So I got to double check with them. Once I run the Ethernet cable and run me a new switch, wham bam, thank you ma'am. That's all she wrote. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna let you go. Appreciate it. Jellyfish OGs, all you guys, as always, hats off to you. Yeah. Later. Okay, so for people that are still here, I just got Elden Ring the other night, and I've only been playing games when it's like of the evening time. Man, sorry about the notifications. I've only been playing games at night, because during the day I'm like packing up our storage container, because we got one of those like movable ones, and like packing up the house, cleaning. I'm trying to throw away a bunch of stuff, because it seems like once you like live in a house for a while, you just accumulate so much junk. But it's been killing me, because I've been wanting to play Elden Ring like all day long, and I've been listening to like guide videos and stuff. Anybody that's playing Elden Ring, drop it down below. I don't know if I'm any good or any help anytime soon, but I'd love to play sometime with you guys, and I'll get into some co-op missions. Yeah, so I can't be the only one playing, right? Yeah. Anyway, drop it down below. I'll see you on the old limb grave. That's where I'm at right now in the game. Other than that, for real, I'm signing off this time. Later, guys.